Hi, so let's start from where we left in the last video on getting started. So this is the NavStik main board with IV Easy. Using this interface board, we have now connected the debug cable to IVGS. Right, so that's for debugging and console access, and the other cable is the micro USB cable for powering up this board. So now what we are going to do is we have these two USB connectors. So one is for micro USB cable for powering up NavStik, and the other one is the IVGS board, which is connected here using the debug cable. So we'll connect both of these to the USB port of the laptop. Right, so as soon as we connect, you can see the red light comes up on IVGS, and now we connect the main power to NavStik. So here this LED indicates power to IV Easy, the expansion board or the interface board, and this red LED indicates power to NavStik. Right, these two are user programmable LEDs. So current program has these on, so you can turn it on or off to indicate the status. Right, so once all these things are connected, so everything is powered up, so first thing we can do is check whether we are getting the NavStik console. So it's a default application which becomes preloaded on your NavStik board, and you can quickly check it over the serial port. So you can use any operating system that you like. So all you need is a terminal emulation program. So you can either use Hyperterm on Windows, or you can use Terraterm or any other similar program. So let's use Terraterm for now. So here we'll set it to serial port. On serial port, so we'll see actually 4 serial ports show up because of this IVGS board. So second serial port is the one which has the NavStik console program showing up on it. So let's click on this one, do OK. Now we need to set up some serial port parameters. So serial port, so we need to set the baud rate to 115200 and data 8, parity none, stop 1 bit, flow control none. Do it OK. Right, so now if we click enter, we should see this NavStik prompt. So in order to just see a fresh view of this NavStik prompt, what we'll do is we'll just plug out the USB power cable, right, and just plug it back in. Right, so that is what we see. Right, so it shows up this prompt. So now what we can do is we can just type help. We type help. So it shows up all the basic commands which are available on this prompt. So let's try info. So this is the basic information for this build. And let's try mem. So that's the memory status. And then threads will show us the status of all the threads which are currently running on this processor. Now the interesting thing that we can do with this is look at the data from different sensors. So IMU, let's try IMU. These are different options available with IMU. So let's look at the angles maybe, or let's look at the accelerometer data. We'll do IMU -A for accelerometer data. Right. So I am holding NavStik here. Right. So you can see NavStik as well as the data on the screen. Do it this way, it increases. Right, so you can see the values changing from +1G to -1G depending on the orientation of NavStik. So let's look at what else is available in IMU. So we have the gyro thing. So this should show us the gyro data. It is hard to actually turn NavStik in a particular way to see the equivalent effect, but it can be put on a rate table or something and you can actually see what kind of values it is giving us. You can also see the temperature sensor data. So this is the temperature sensor on IMU. So if I put my finger near the IMU, the values should drop. Yes. So when I put the finger there, it kind of reduces the temperature and we can see a drop in the readings. What else? So maybe we can look at the magnetometer data. Okay. So I'm holding NavStik here, So as I change the orientation of NavStik, we should see a change in the magnetometer data. So this is kind of increasing, this is reducing, increasing, reducing. So it's intuitively working the way we want it to work. That's magnetometer. Now let's look at what else is available. So we have the barometer, that is your static pressure sensor. So these are different options for barometer. Let's look at the pressure values, minus P. So it will show us the reading, pressure reading. So if I take it up, the pressure should reduce. It's kind of reducing. Bring it down. Okay, we'll do it once more. Right now it's down, so pressure is higher. Take it up, the pressure reduces. So it's kind of working. So what else can we do? So we have something called I2C scan. It will scan all the I2C ports for sensors available. So it's found the 3-axis magnetometer, it found the static pressure sensor, it shows the address where it found this sensor. So those are the 3 main sensors available on this. There is also a GPS which is connected on the UART port. So data from GPS is this. So right now we are sitting indoors and we don't have an antenna connected to the antenna connector. So right now we are getting a lot of blank things in the data. So that shows that it still does not have a lock. So those are the main things that you can do with the NavStik prompt. You can also try out other functions. There are other interesting things, like for example mount, unmount, listdir. So you can connect a micro SD card here, and once a micro SD card is inserted, you can mount it and then do listdir to look at the directory. Right. The other things you could do is PWM out. So you can connect a servo here, and connect servo to one of the different ports, and you can give the command using PWM out to move the servo in to a certain position. So all those different things are available with this NavStik prompt. So first thing you can do when you get the NavStik board is try out this NavStik prompt and make sure that everything is working. All the sensors, all the input outputs, everything is set. Right. So thank you for watching this video.